Hey there, everybody. My name's Andrew Mayer, and I had a chance to talk with Michael Sisselman just this week. He put out a new article on the web, and he tagged me in it, and it was about Zoom and customer experience and using Zoom video calls in call centers. I hadn't thought about using video much for a while, so that was interesting to talk to him about that and customer experience there. But also, he mentioned something about the app, the Zoom marketplace for apps and things like that. There are hundreds of apps on this marketplace that they only started in November of this year. So if you haven't heard about the marketplace for Zoom apps, and check out some of the things, and a whole slew of them are using artificial intelligence as well to do automatic transcriptions or sentiment or other things there. It's just amazing what's already been built by Zoom and by third parties out there on the platform in the marketplace. Check out the interview that's going to follow right now. If you like it, do those typical things there, but also follow the link to Michael's article and see what he wrote about there. Hope you're doing well. Stay safe. It used to be call me, then later it was text me, and then Skype me, of course, was part of the verbiage. And your article, you talk about Zoom, and now people say, can you Zoom me, right? That's like a thing we say to people nowadays. That's also creeped into the workplace, not just people doing it at home. Of course, through these times, the last 8 months, Zoom has gotten popular. Zoom is typically a video conversation, though. I don't think I've ever had just an audio call on Zoom. But is this something companies actually want to do with their customers? And do customers actually want to have video calls, whether by Zoom, with companies?
So it started with the phone call into the contact center. You might have had a service issue. You might be interested in purchasing something. You might be online and actually clicking around. All of a sudden you encounter an issue and you need to speak to a live person. And so here's a really important mark. It's complex, it's cumbersome, you're ready to buy, you have an issue. And so this is your chance to communicate with the contact center rep. So here's the thing, it used to be phone calls only, then it became digital messages, and now it's Zoom. And this is because, of course, Zoom has become so commonplace in our daily lives, our families, our friends, and even in business. Zoom meetings are popping up all over the place. So this is the next frontier, where if you want to actually Zoom with a customer service rep, you'll have the opportunity to do so.
Zooming with the customer. I can't wait for the first opportunity to Zoom with my airline. Well, wait, we're not flying anywhere. That's something else there. Another piece of your article that you wrote about, there's a Zoom marketplace for apps. I missed the memo, and I don't know if other people listening to this have heard about that before. You write about the marketplace is full of apps that are employing artificial intelligence, or AI here. Can you give some examples of how AI in Zoom, so the cross of AI, Zoom, and customer service scenarios, how that might play out?
Sure. Well, let's take a half step back. First, we start with Zoom as primarily a video conference. It's one-to-one, it's many-to-many, but it's primarily a video conference and or desktop sharing, right? That's what Zoom was until November. But then in November, Zoom, the company, decided that they were going to expand their capabilities. And one of the capabilities is that they created a marketplace. And so now all of a sudden, through the Zoom marketplace, you can actually, the company, the contact center, can tap into a plethora of apps, third-party apps that are written for the purposes of making the Zoom meeting more productive, more branded, and more helpful both to the consumer and to the agent.
I find this hugely interesting and fascinating. I suggest anybody who's got a time to click the link to Mike's article. It's either above or below the video, depending on how we post this here. I appreciate you taking your time out of the middle of your day over there in New York City to talk with me here, Mike. Thank you, and we'll check in on your next article.
Always a pleasure, Andrew. Thanks for your time.